Welcome back. Chinese state-owned aircraft company Comac unveiling a new plan for a supersonic jet set to blast through the skies 50 times faster than Western-made Concorde. The project also aims to reduce sound created by the sonic boom flight process. Joining me now is the CEO of Boom Supersonic, Blake Scholl, with us. Boom Supersonic is an aerospace company working to bring supersonic flight to the commercial aviation space. Blake, great to see you. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me, Maria.
So tell us about the supersonic jet and this market as the U.S. tries to stay ahead of China in this arms race. Compare the U.S. to China here.
Well, I think aviation has always been seen as a symbol of technological superiority. Of course, just like the chip, the airplane was invented in America. And China wants to surpass America as a leader in technology. So, of course, they're pursuing supersonic. It is the next step in aviation. The good news is right now, America's ahead. We've got the only operational non-military supersonic jet in the world. That's the XB-1 prototype. We've demonstrated we can do it without a sonic boom. The problem is right now we're in our own way with outmoded regulations.
Tell me about that, because there are regulations back from the 1970s which bars faster flights. Is that what you're referring to in terms of getting in our own way?
Yeah, it's one of the silliest regulations ever. From the 1970s, we have a ban on fast flights in the U.S. It's really ridiculous. It should have been a ban on sonic booms, or at least on bad sonic booms. But instead, that regulation's been on the books for more than 50 years, and it's prevented U.S. companies from building the next generation of faster jets.
You know, it's interesting because China is trying the same thing, and they're not facing that kind of regulation, obviously. Why is this so important in an arms race with China?
I think it's really it's soft power, a symbol of technological superiority. It's something the rest of the world is going to watch. But it's important to national security and economic security. Right now, Boeing is the #1 U.S. exporter, but they haven't invented a new plane in more than 20 years. At the same time, a quarter of all Air Force airplanes are actually modified commercial airplanes. This is where we get our tankers, our transports, even many of our spy planes are modified commercial airplanes. So if we don't have next generation commercial transports, that means we don't have next generation military transports. And I find that really scary. We can't let that happen.
Well, and in fact, Boom Supersonic just finished testing its Boom XB-1 jet, which broke the sound barrier 3 times during the flight, the final test flight, Blake. You're working on the Boom Overture jet, and that's a spiritual successor to the Supersonic Concorde commercial jet. Tell me about the capabilities of flying from New York to London in just 3.5 hours and what this means.
Oh, it's just going to be so great. I mean, imagine leaving Washington, D.C. or New York in the morning, being in London or Paris in time for an afternoon meeting or a dinner, and then if we want coming home that same day to have, dinner, to tuck our kids into bed. That's the kind of thing that faster flight enables. Or imagine crossing the continent. That could also be 90 minutes faster without any audible sonic boom. So leave the East Coast, say, at 9 a.m. and land in San Francisco, say, at 9:30 a.m. San Francisco time. It's hugely different from what we have today.
Well, you're also working with regulators on commercial air travel rules for supersonic flights. What would be the regulatory framework you'd like to see?
It's a really simple, easy change. Right now we literally have a regulation that says thou shalt not exceed Mach 1. And what it should say is thou shalt not make bad noises. If a supersonic flight is possible with no sonic boom on the ground, then obviously it should be allowed.
Blake, you've mentioned in the past that you think Air Force One could be a supersonic jet someday.
I think so. I mean, right now, Xi Jinping has the latest model 747. The American president flies around on a 747 that's 2 generations old. I think that's a national embarrassment. The American president should arrive on the most advanced jet ever made. Obviously, that should be supersonic. And ultimately, we want supersonic flight for everybody, from the president on down to families.
All right, Blake, we'll be watching your work. Thanks so much for being here. Blake Scholl from Boom. Thank you, sir.